Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
What up guys, it's K13 and you're watching Disney Channel. I don't know why I did that, I kind of just had the urge to. So this video is going to be a little different. In fact, I'm going to make two videos. I am going to record this video, and then after I edit and upload this one, I will then make a second video, and that will be the reaction video for today. Since I did not upload yesterday, I'm going to make two videos. This is going to be extremely different than any video I've ever done before, but I'm going to do a movie review slash my opinion on the movie and the controversy around the movie, which, if you haven't guessed already, it's about the Joker. So yeah, that's what this is gonna be about today. So last night, Sunday night, my friends and I went to go see the Joker, and first of all, it was phenomenal. It was a really good movie. Basic opinions and overall review, without spoilers, by the way. Number one, obviously, Joaquin Phoenix is a very good actor. This is only the second movie I'm pretty sure that I've ever seen him in. I've also seen him in The Village, where he plays a main character in that, and that was the first movie I've ever seen him in. Some movie from 2004, and it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is or not, but I saw him in that, and I really liked him in that. And so this is the second thing I've ever seen him in, and he was really good. He's a good Joker. I like this version of the Joker. I still technically don't really have a favorite Joker, so I'm not gonna say. Okay, I love the Joker. So I don't think I've ever talked about my opinion on the Joker in any YouTube video that I've ever made before. So the Joker, obviously one of the most popular supervillains known out there in mainstream culture, not media, pop culture. Yeah, he's Harley Quinn's boyfriend. He's, the clown prince of crime. He's Batman's arch nemesis. He's been around for a long time in the comic book world. So part of the DC universe. He's a psycho homicidal maniac, and for some reason it's super controversial because he's not the only one out there. I think part of it's because people hate clowns. Like, for years now, there's just been so much controversy with people being clowns. So I love clowns, and I've loved the Joker. The Joker has been my favorite villain ever since I was a little kid. My dad is a comic book collector, so I grew up surrounded by comic books, and even though I wasn't exposed to a lot of stories and certain characters, like I didn't grow up with the Avengers, but I did grow up with the X-Men because I watched X-Men animated, but I didn't watch anything Avenger related when I was a kid. But Batman, I did grow up watching the Batman animated series, and then the 2000, I think it's like the 2004, 5, 2006, also animated version of Batman. It's a cartoon show called The Batman, and Mark Hamill's Joker cracks me up, and then the Joker that's in the Batman is also, those two are like my favorite like cartoon versions of the Joker. Joker in the video games I'm not as familiar with because I don't play video games, but I've seen like friends in YouTube, like friends play him on YouTube, and he's pretty cool. Like it's the Joker. Movies, shows, whatever, comic books. I haven't read a lot of stuff with. I've never seen The Killing Joke. I want to see it. I know it's like a horrible movie, but I need to see it, or at least read the comic, something. I know the basic plot and what happens, but I haven't seen it. Comic books, even though I grew up with them, I didn't get to read a whole lot of them for reasons I don't need to be getting into right now. I grew up with Archie and X-Men for the most part. I've read some Batman, but I don't have like And comic books, there's just like billions of them out there, and it's so all these multiple universes and complicated backgrounds, and kind of like the Joker, complicated background because there's no one story of how the Joker becomes a Joker. Anyway, which I think is why this movie was able to be made the way it was, being like as fluid as they were with the character. Anyway, so Joker movie, a lot to get into with this. As I was saying, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, very good. Artistically, like the vision, you know what I mean. Artistically, like the vision, like it was a beautiful movie. It was a good movie. Camera angles, the soundtrack, the music that they played, fit into it very well, and it just had a lot of beauty in it in a dark way. And the darkness of it is what turned a lot of people off, which is crazy because it's the Joker. I don't know what people were expecting. My friends and I saw the Joker last night, Sunday night. We originally planned to go see it Saturday night. We were gonna go see it at a movie theater that was downtown. Me, being the nerd that I am, the fangirl, I've always dreamed of, like, ever, like, I don't know, I've never been one of those people that would, like, dress up to the movie theater to see as their favorite characters go see a new movie coming out. Like, I don't know, people, like, when Avengers movie comes out, people dress as Iron Man or Captain America, or, I don't know, whatever. And then I remember when Hunger Games come out, people would do like Katniss Everdeen's hair, and when Twilight would come out, all the goths would be all vampire looking, and I always wanted to have a moment where I would do that, and the Joker movie was gonna be my moment. And for months and months and months, like, watching the Joker trailer, I was just ready, like, oh, it comes out the beginning of October's spooky Halloween season, I get to be the Joker. I dyed my hair green, as you can tell, because that's how committed I am to being the character, and I dye my hair anyway, it's fun. I did not dye my eyebrows. This is from makeup, that it won't wash out so easily. It's starting to a little bit, but I think it looks really cool. I mean, it matches my hair, so I roll with it. But yeah, for months I had been planning to dye my hair before going to see the movie, and I would do the Joker makeup, as you all saw just now in the intro. And if you want to see it, here it is again. That's me. I, like, within the hour of my friends and I leaving to go see the movie, I did the Joker makeup. And I missed the PSA where apparently people aren't supposed to be going to go see the movie looking like the Joker. I mean, I did tell my brother about it, and he did warn me that it probably wouldn't be a good idea. I kind of brushed him off, and I was like, it'll be fine, because I really thought it would be fine. I didn't think, like, the fear of everything would be that big a deal. I didn't dress up as the Joker, because I don't have any Joker apparel or anything that looks like something the Joker would wear. And I don't have, like, the money to go out and get any of that. I have like a vest, but it's like at my house. I have a cane and a Joker prop gun. Now I really would have been an idiot if I did bring that to the theater. That would be dumb. But anyway, I didn't have any of that, so all I did was dye my hair and do my makeup. And I did wear my Joker jacket. And maybe I had this on, which I know freaks a lot of people out. It's from The Killing Joke, even though I haven't seen it, but that's the back, and then it has them on the front. It scares a lot of people. So I know I looked freaky going to the movie, but I don't care. Point is, I did not get to see the movie because people are so scared of, I don't know, people wanting to riot after see the movie. I get it. I get where people are coming from. I understand the fear. But after seeing the movie, I really don't see what the big deal was, because the movie really wasn't that bad, in my opinion. Basically, so what happened was a lot of people were staring at me. I mean, of course, people were staring at me. I looked like the Joker. My friends and I were huddled. We were waiting in line to buy our tickets. I was about to go first. I was about to be the next one up. And before I could step up to get my ticket, the manager of the theater like came up to me and she asked me to step aside. So I was like, I stepped aside from my friends, and yeah, she pulled me aside and she's like, "I'm sorry, man, but I can't let you see the movie." And I was just like, okay. Surprisingly, my social anxiety wasn't like really bad. Like, I didn't feel really anxious. I was just kind of maybe a little nervous, but I wasn't like freaking out internally like I would think that I would be. But I just said, okay. And then she was like, "Yes, with that makeup on, I can't let you go in like that." And I was just like, okay. And then I just turned around to my friends and I was just like, I can't see the movie. Like, I was so upset. And it was crazy because she pulled me aside, and it wasn't just her. There was a police officer, not next to her, but like kind of just behind her, a few feet away, I guess. And that's how cautious they had to be. They had to make sure that I wasn't gonna pull out a gun. I guess make sure that I wasn't gonna rant, wasn't gonna like fight her or anything, argue. Like, it's crazy. And we were really upset. I was also scared because I was smuggling in snacks because I'm a broke college student. I can't go in and buy the movie theater snacks. I had a thing of Doritos in this pocket and then my Dr. Pepper in the other pocket, and they were bulging out. It was super obvious, and I was trying to just keep my hands in my pocket to make it look less obvious. So even though deep down I knew she was gonna tell me, like when she pulled me aside, it was about my makeup, I had the fear that like it was gonna be like, "Oh, you're smuggling snacks, you can't do that." Like, it was a little freaky that she had to pull me aside and a police officer was like right there. So I didn't get to see the movie, and my friends and I just went across the street and got ice cream instead. And I was really, really upset, even though we went to go see it yesterday, and we did go to a different movie theater where the tickets were much, much cheaper, so it worked out. But nonetheless, it really sucked that I had been looking forward to this moment for months and months and months of just wanting to be that nerd, because I can make TikToks all the time. My brother's like, just dress up and make TikToks. Like, I'm going to do that anyway. But I, I know I can dress up as Joker to go to Comic Cons, but I don't go to comic book conventions all the time. I haven't been to comic book convention in 3 years because it's not something that happens nearby my area a lot. I don't have the money to always dress up and do all this. I don't have the money or the time for that. It's just not something I'm able to do. I would love to, but I can't. So I was so excited to go see this movie, and it was just going to be my launch into being the character Joker up until Halloween, and it really like ruined my mood for like that whole night and a little bit of yesterday. I'll admit, I think my friends were all worried I was gonna cry, and I will admit I almost did cry that night, but I didn't. We still had fun. I still loved being with my friends, but it's crazy, you guys, how screwed up our world is today, that things happen and it's all the fault of fictional characters, movies, just anything. People are just so scared. And I don't know, I wanted to address it because even though I get why they wouldn't let me wear the makeup while seeing the movie, I get it, but I also don't, because I saw the movie and I get maybe why someone who's angry and sad and lonely and mentally ill might see the movie and want to go riot, but you know, people are going to do these things anyway. It doesn't always take a movie to make them want to go do that. It just sucks that I'm not able to have fun and live my life because of everyone else's fear. But yeah, so there's a whole lot more to it, and I'm taking a long time to explain this. I'm sorry. People are scared of the Joker for many reasons. It's dark and disturbing. There was a shooting like almost 10 years ago I think I keep saying 10 years ago. I think it's 2009, but I think I also heard it was in 2012. So either way, it was a long time ago. And also because I don't know, I'm going to show y'all a news clip here in a minute, but apparently there have allegedly been some bomb threats that have been made. Yeah, so it's just a lot, you guys, and it's crazy. But one of the reasons why I thought about making this video for like 2 days now, and I wasn't gonna do it, and then one of my friends shared an article about the movie, and then she like put her input, and then I kind of responded to that input, and then that just made me, I was just like, I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't get, a lot of my videos don't get that many views anyway, so either no one's gonna watch this, or this is gonna go viral and people are gonna hate me and disagree with me. It's whatever. I just want to talk about it because, I mean, it's a movie. Okay, so first of all, one of the reasons that people are having issues with this movie is because they are worried about their kids watching it. First of all, I want to say, y'all dumb. Why are you taking your kids to see the Joker? It's just crazy. Okay, look. The Joker is rated R because it's not a typical superhero movie. It's not made by Disney. It's not Marvel's Avengers, which might have some inappropriate language and violence, but is overall fairly okay for kids to watch because it's Disney. The Joker is not that. DC is just a dark universe. The comics are dark. Even the kids shows are dark. If you watch the Batman from like 2004 or whatever, and if you watch the animated series, they are artistically drawn. Like, the illustrations are dark. Like, the Batman is a dark character, and so is his villain, Joker. Everything about Gotham City and just that universe is dark. So if you're scared about your kids' well-being, then learn to be a good parent and say no. Parents these days don't want to say no. They want to be their children's best friend, and you can't be a parent and your kid's best friend. You can't have it both ways, unless your kid is like an adult like me. My mom and I are like best friends, but she was a parent first when I was a kid, and now I'm an adult, and I appreciate her. And you can't spoil your kid at a young age and then expect them to appreciate and be grateful for that. No, that's not how it works. So yeah, kids, Okay, so one of the things that has been going on is apparently this video that I came across the other day was released September 26th on YouTube. It's from ABC News, reporting about bomb threats that are supposedly like related to this movie, and I don't know, it's been scaring a lot of people, and here's I'm gonna just show clips.
This morning from the U.S. military about the new Joker movie, alerting service members that there could be potential violence at theaters that are showing the film. Amy is here with more on this. And Amy, law enforcement is taking this seriously.
The FBI first uncovered the possible threats online from alleged extremists, sparking new fears after that 2012 theater massacre at the screening of another Batman-themed movie.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker? Is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there?
Army officials at Fort Sill, Oklahoma are alerting soldiers about possible mass shootings at theaters showing the film. Though there are no specific plots, Texas law enforcement has told officials about potential threats made on social media. This coming after some have criticized the film for romanticizing Gotham's clown prince of crime. Some fearing the film may become an inspiration for real-world criminals.
As law enforcement has moved through so many mass shootings and so many other types of violence, or state authorities, just so that they are aware.
The film, starring Joaquin Phoenix, tells the original story of Batman's most infamous villain, the Joker, digging deep into his origin story.
Can you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
Depicting the forces that turned a lonely man into a homicidal maniac. But in the age of mass shootings, some film critics have raised concerns that Joker's disaffected lead character could become a hero to those already angry at society. Critics fear this depiction could be closer to a real-life tragedy in the franchise, when a gunman opened fire, killing 12 people during a screening of The Dark Knight Rises in Aurora, Colorado in 2012. Victims of the massacre are concerned this film could inspire other would-be killers, and the theater in Colorado has opted not to screen the movie.
When movies make us uncomfortable or challenge us or make us think differently, and I think that's important to be challenged in that way. To me, I think it's good that people are having kind of a strong reaction to the movie.
Make no mistake, neither the fictional character Joker nor the film is an endorsement of real-world violence of any kind, but certainly making a lot of parents, I think, nervous about letting their kids go see this movie, given what it could inspire.
So one of the things that gets me is the very end. The very end is the anchor ladies, like, parents are scared to take their kids. And like I just said, don't take your kids to it. It's not a kids movie. It's not fun. Batman saves the day, whoop-de-doo. No, it's the Joker. The Joker is a homicidal maniac. He's a psychotic character, and he always has been. The less psychotic he's ever been is probably the 60s with the Joker that was in Adam West Batman, was Cesar Romero.
This caper was even more obvious than most.
Oh, you can say that over the phone, Batman, but if I had you here, I'd pound you to a pulp.
Start pounding, Joker.
I've only seen one movie with him, so I'm not as familiar with him, but he, you know, those were the 60s that weren't dark days, like, not like their shows. Like, if you watch that stuff, those are light and funny. If you want your kids to watch something Batman and Joker related, show them that, and they probably won't be as traumatized. Show them the Joker, they're going to be traumatized. If you don't want your teenagers to go out and be influenced by this stuff, then learn to be more disciplined with your teenagers, and the Joker's probably not the worst thing they've seen anyway. If they're exposed to the media and the internet all the time, reality check, people. Whether they've seen worse or not, if you're worried about it, don't let them see it. It's rated R. That means they need to be 17 or older to see it by themselves anyway. If you're a parent and you're choosing to take your kids to go see it, and then you don't like how dark it is, that's your fault. That's not the movie's fault. The movie wasn't made for children. I don't understand. And it's a huge thing because... And it's not even this. People will take their I disagree with the fact that I've seen parents take their kids to see Deadpool. Deadpool is R and it's inappropriate. It's funny and amazing, but I'm an adult and I can handle that. If you don't think your kids can handle it, don't take them. Don't take your kids to see the It movies. I've seen parents complain about how they took their kids to go see It, which is based off a book by Stephen King. The movie is horror and it's R. Why would you take your kids to see it and then complain about it being R-rated material? I don't understand people these days. I really don't. Why is the movie so dark? Maybe it's because it's from DC. If you know anything about DC Comics and Joker, it's all dark, it's all creepy, it's all weird, it's all screwed up. Everything about Gotham City is screwed up. I'm trying so hard to make this into a fairly not super long video with me just ranting. I'm trying to actually get to the points here. This is an article by Lad Bible, and this is the article that a friend of mine shared on Facebook. I'm just gonna not read the whole thing. Okay, but so it's talking about how people have been suggesting that the Joker shows trigger warnings. Like, there should be trigger warnings before people go buy their tickets because the movie is so controversial. And then it has quotes from people that have ranted about it on Twitter. And so people on Twitter have said things like, "I've just walked out of the Joker. Maybe I was naive in going. Didn't realize what an origin story would be like. Maybe because I live with someone with mental health, it was just far too dark for me to be able to watch." To address that one, yes, you are naive to go to a movie, again, that we know is rated R, and then not research it at all, and just, if you watch the trailers, you know it's not, you can already tell there's something wrong with him. If you know nothing about Joker anyway, you know there's something wrong with him. If you don't know something about a movie, and it's rated R, and you're worried about it, IMDb it, Google it, literally, it's not hard to research these movies. They have parents' guides that explains things that you don't want your kids to see. It explains basic plots. It gives you spoiler warnings. It tells you everything you need to know before you see it. So if you're upset about it, then yeah, you are naive. Another comment was, mental illness is a serious topic. It was a horrible, dark movie. We walked out of it. We don't recommend it. We already live in a sick society. Let's not add to it, please. How does this movie add to sick society? I don't really understand what they're saying. The movie isn't advocating for people to go out into the streets and riot. They're not advocating to kill people. They're not saying what the Joker did is okay. They're not saying his actions are not justified. It's saying that it's just demonstrating how, kind of like in today's society, we have people with mental health issues, people with bullying issues, people with society, economic, and family issues that don't know how to deal with things. They're either being neglected, they're being abused. There's so much that can happen to a person, and sometimes when people they snap, and again, yeah, at the end of the day, it's like their fault. At the end of the day, it's a choice to go out and kill people. It's a choice to bomb, to do guns, or stab. It's literally a person's choice, but it happens, and this is just a movie kind of showing the reality, and people are so scared of reality. But this is like advocating to help people with mental illness. It's showing that you don't need to be discriminating against them. Don't go around and beat them up on the streets. Also, at the end of the day, we need to remember that this is a fictional movie. This is fiction based off of a fictional character from a fictional universe in comic books that has been around for years and years and years. And if you're taking it too seriously, I don't know what to tell you about that. It's a movie. It's not reality. Everyone's just scared because it's parallel to a reality, which is another thing I'm going to get to in a minute. The third quote that is said here is, would just like to say, if anyone is thinking of going to watch the Joker movie, there should be a giant red trigger warning banner while buying tickets or something. People walked out after the first graphic shooting, and there was quite a few after. Again, it's gonna be if it's rated R, there's a chance it's gonna be graphic. I don't understand why people are upset about something being rated R that's graphic and disturbing. It's not even the worst thing out there. I've seen so much worse things. So maybe if you grew up sheltered and not watching a lot of things, then yeah, it's gonna upset you. But I've seen so much crap because I'm the type of person that likes to watch weird crap and creepy stuff, and I like to push my mental limits and see what I can handle and can't handle. I like to challenge myself. I get most people probably aren't like that, but again, if you're just start researching these things before you go see it, or ask other people's opinions. I don't understand why people are walking out of it and making such a big deal out of it. It really, in my opinion, again, wasn't that bad. My friends didn't think it was that bad. I don't understand. Trigger warnings. some people in here said that they have they live with someone with mental health. Okay, I have a family member. My mom has mental health issues. My mother has post-traumatic stress disorder. It's severe PTSD. She has severe PTSD. I know tons of other friends. I have tons of friends and know people that deal with other mental health issues, personality disorders, mental disorders. And I've seen a lot of these people going through their episodes, their triggers. Triggers can happen to anyone at any time. There's a lot of things everywhere that can trigger people, and you can't live your life expecting everyone to walk on eggshells around you so you're not getting triggered. You can't, I can't live my life being like, okay, Mom, is this triggering you? Mom, are you good? Mom, are you okay? I don't want to trigger you. If something bothers her, she will tell me. And there have been times where if something I wear or something I show her, I know that an episode from Criminal Minds has triggered her before. We make sure not to watch that episode of Criminal Minds. It can be exhausting for people with mental illness, but the world does not revolve around you. So you can't expect everything and everyone to worry about you, because you're not the only one with a mental illness. So you can't just expect, because if we were so worried about what's going to trigger people, then literally every movie is going to be out that's being made is going to have trigger warnings. Every show. That's why it's just easier to research it yourself. So you can know what's good for you, because not everyone knows what's good for you, and people aren't thinking about just you. They're thinking about, there's billions of people in the world. We can't always know what's gonna hurt other people or what's gonna be okay and not okay. It's just totally unrealistic. That's what I have to say about that. And I think another thing here is, people are just so scared of the shooting from, it was 2012, the 2012 Aurora, Colorado shooting. Okay, so people are scared because the last time there was well, it's not even the last time there was a Batman movie, but anything with the Joker. This didn't even happen when the Joker was a thing. The Dark Knight came out way like 2008, and that was the one with the Joker. This is when Dark Knight Rises came out. That was with Bane as the villain. So Joker really had nothing to do with this. What happened was a man who was mentally ill. I'm gonna try. I don't know why people think he was dressed as the Joker. I guess because I don't know if he was saying that he was trying to be like the Joker, because the Joker is a man that wears a suit and has like green hair and clown makeup. The only thing I've ever seen, every picture I've seen of him, he has orange hair. I don't know why people are equating a man with orange hair, and it says he wore like dress in tactical clothing, so I guess that's like, not the Joker. Tactical clothing and orange hair doesn't equal the Joker, so I really don't know why people are saying he was dressed as the Joker. Again, this is just a whole fear. I think this is what fear-mongering is. I don't know. But this man, he went into the theater and he killed a bunch of people. He injured a lot of people. He shot up the place. He let off tear gas grenades. I'm not going too deep into this. And if I remember correctly, this guy was mentally ill, and I think it was with schizophrenia. Probably paranoid schizophrenia. I remember reading in the newspaper when this came out that I think he booby-trapped his apartment. Like, the FBI or SWAT went there and noticed it, which again that adds to like the proof of his mental health, like how ill he was. His attorney said he's mentally ill and they needed more time to assess the nature of his illness. I don't know, maybe it wasn't schizophrenia, but I'm trying to find, I can't really see. But yeah, but that happened 2012. He looked like the Joker, and a police official said a Batman mask was found in the apartment. So I guess that also makes it more relative because, It was formerly, it was booby trapped, so I did remember that right. So yeah, this happened a long time ago, and there's just so many mass shootings that have happened over the years. Not as many as the mass media will go around and say, because fake news. But yeah, there's just a lot of issues, and I think people are just scared, and yeah, I saw the movie, and after seeing the movie, I really don't understand why I wasn't allowed to wear makeup while I go see a movie of one of my favorite characters. It's not like me wearing Joker makeup isn't me saying I want to go shoot people. I relate to him, so I want to act like him, or I advocate for people to act like him. I don't, and it's like, I know I can't go around and say, oh, I'm like this, because people on the streets don't know me. They can't read my mind, so they don't know that I'm a good person and that I go to a Christian college. So I get that. I get their point of view, but it was still upsetting and it was annoying. But at the end of the day, I still got to see the movie last night, and that's all I really wanted, was to see the movie. It's just so crazy, though, to me, how there's just so much fear, and the irony here is people are scared of something happening like in the movie, even though what happened in the movie already happened in real life, because in the movie we have a mentally ill person who is neglected, he ends up not being able to get his treatment because of funds being cut. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but kind of explanatory. And he ends up, killing people, becoming homicidal. And then we had the 2012, I don't know the whole story. There was a lot to read there, so I didn't want to go into it. I don't know if they even said it, but I have no idea if he was never neglected or treated, if we know exactly what he had, but mentally ill person went and killed people. I mean, if he either made the choice, that's one thing, or if he killed because he was paranoid, then that, again, it's just, it's a crazy coincidence, and I think that just scares a lot of people. And I don't know this whole thing from that news about the bomb threats. I haven't heard anything about it since then. Obviously, when threats are made, police have to take it seriously, which is smart. I'm glad they take it seriously, but I don't know. I just feel like if they were worried I had a weapon on me, they could have checked me. Officer was right there. I didn't have anything on me except the snacks I was trying to smuggle in. So, I don't know. I love the Joker. It's just been one of my favorite characters for my entire life, basically. While he's not technically funny, most people don't think he's a funny guy, and I think that's part of the whole, punchline is he's not that funny. I think he's funny, because I laugh at a lot of things. People are just scared of copycats wanting to go out there and they're going to copycat the Joker. It may or may not happen. I think it would be totally naive to say that's not going to happen, because there are millions of people in the world and we can't just speak for all the millions of people and say no one's going to go out and do that. But I mean, people aren't, it's irrational to say that this movie is the sole reason that people are going to go out and commit mass shootings or anything. To be so scared to be as cautious about this one movie, and then if a shooting does happen, the fact that they're most likely going to blame it on this movie, it's just something that the media does. It's what politicians do. It's just fear. People don't want to take responsibility for their own actions. They don't want to look at how society treats people with mental health. The fact that there needs to be more advocacy and more education on psychology and this type of stuff, and more campaigns and more anti-bullying, and more parenting needs to be done. Work on disciplining your kids again, because I'm a strong believer in discipline. Obviously there are different types of discipline. I can't say I agree with all of them, but in the end, disciplining is better than spoiling. there's just so much to take in, and at the end of the day, if people are gonna blame the Joker, or people are gonna blame guns. Guns don't kill people. People that take up a gun and shoot at people kill people. Video games aren't an issue. That's been debunked so many times, but people, the media or politicians old people will want to blame video games. During the Columbine mass shooting, people were blaming Marilyn Manson because the shooters listened to his music. Marilyn Manson wasn't the problem. I don't think he advocates for killing at all. I don't listen to most of his music, but I know that happened, and I remember that was a huge issue. I mean, at the end of the day, people are gonna find scapegoats for anything instead of realizing that this is just something that it's a real life issue. People would rather say, like, they'd rather be in fear of it and avoid it and want trigger warnings, and they want their safe spaces, and it's reality. Like, you, at the end of the day, you gotta say, this is a movie and it has some real life issues, and we can interpret whatever we want from it, we can learn what we want from it, or we can just say, hey, it's a fictional movie from a fictional character, and it's dark and gruesome and violent, and it's for adults because it's rated R, and don't take our kids to see them. I mean, it's pretty, if you say it like, it can be really much more simple than people are making it out to be. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. This is like the longest video I've filmed. This will probably take me a while to edit, but anyway, so stay tuned because I will upload a more lighthearted reaction video to some music. I'm gonna react to Visual K today, so I'm excited about that, and then I'll have to do actual real work. But anyway, so if you've seen the Joker, tell me what you think. What are your opinions? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Did you like the movie? Did you like Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker? Do you like Heath Ledger's better or not? You can compare them if you want to. I don't compare the Jokers. I like all of them. I just think some comic book characters like Iron Man and you know, have their roles where no one else should be them, but Joker has been played by multiple people, and they've all been pulled off. Yes, I like Jared Leto. Even Jared Leto, you can hate. It's my unpopular opinion. Whatever. Anyway, like this video, share it, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.